Yeah, in 1994 when I moved to Australia, I wanted to answer one of the biggest questions I could think of about the universe, which is, what is the universe's ultimate fate? Would it expand forever, or would it eventually slow down and go into reverse and collapse? And so the way we were going to do this was by measuring the expansion rate of the universe now, like Edwin Hubble did in 1929, where he measured how far away galaxies were and how fast they were moving. And what he found was that the further away a galaxy was, the faster it was moving away. And just like dots on a balloon, when you blow the balloon up, all the dots move away from every other dot. The further away two dots are apart, the faster they move apart. What we were able to do with new technology was to look back into the universe's past, billions of years, and do the same experiment Hubble did with exploding stars called supernovae. And what we found was, in the past, the universe was expanding slower than it is now, and it had been speeding up, meaning that gravity, which we expected had been pulling on the universe, was doing something opposite. It was pushing. And so that implied that most of the universe was some sort of material we didn't understand, which we now call dark energy. So since 2003, I've been leading a group of people at Mount Stromlo to build a new telescope, which we call SkyMapper, that will be taking a picture of every part of the sky, 10 million times fainter than you can see with your own eye, 36 times. And that's going to allow us to sort of do a census of the entire southern celestial sphere. And that will enable us to essentially identify all the interesting objects in the sky and ask big scientific questions. How did the solar system form? How did after the Big Bang, did the first galaxies and stars form? How is dark matter distributed around the galaxy? And so SkyMapper is going to provide the targets and the information we need to train the next generation of telescopes on to these objects and do these experiments. So certainly a Nobel Prize does make people suddenly, it makes you more attractive on the world's, I guess, academic market. For me, life is a balance, and so I'm extremely happy here in Australia. My wife and I both have our careers. I have a farm just outside of Canberra. I can have a life here that I feel that would be very tough to replicate anywhere else in the world. And so I have been very well supported before the Nobel Prize. I expect I'll be well supported after the Nobel Prize. So really, I have no reason to want to leave, and so I see no reason why I should want to leave. Since winning the Nobel Prize, my life has certainly been hectic. But overall, I think I'm still the scientist that's trying to understand the universe, and I, still have my family and have my vineyard and winery. So I'm hoping that in the long term, my life is largely unchanged. But the Nobel Prize does come with a responsibility, I think, to make sure that Australians understand just how important science is for the country's future, and how education plays a key role in also making sure that we have people who are able to contribute to a world which is rapidly changing in the decades to come.